Hello, I'm Finola Burke from Research as a Service, and I have with me Ian Olson, the co-founder and managing director of Pointerra, ASX ticker 3DP. Thanks for joining us, Ian.
Pleasure to be with you today, Finola.
Now, you've announced several new material contracts, which in total will bring in at least $3.1 million US in revenues over the life of contract. What impact do you see this having on annual contract value?
Sure. So obviously, the energy contract in particular was it's probably our largest ever single project win. But we've been working with energy for a while as a prospect, and obviously FPL and NextEra and PG&E are existing customers, which were the three entities mentioned in this in the announcement. But as to ACV, we expect that the combined total of those three additions will add materially to ACV. I think it's the easiest way to say it. That it'll add materially to ACV. The reason we can't put a number on it today is that we've got to go through the next 4 to 6 weeks of planning, particularly with energy, to figure out exactly what the spend is. And then because there's data procurement involved in that, what the allocation to the platform is. And then what we can reasonably bake into sort of forward-looking revenue, and like our other utility customers that we've onboarded, after a period of working with them as a prospect, Energy's looking to build out a digital twin of its network in our platform, and so they'll be migrating existing data sets from previous captures, previous epochs over previous years. They've had hurricanes hit them in the past, and they do general network-wide capture in an ordinary year when there's no storm event. So it's quite a journey. And as I think I've mentioned to you before, the great thing about the utilities is that once they make that decision to go with you, as long as you continue to perform, there's fantastic growth opportunities, because the migration of historical and new data onto the platform, and then the adoption of the platform across different business units in the utility means that we're starting to get reverse broked, like you guys in your sector get reverse broked. Insto's reverse broke their dealers, and in this case, we've got utilities saying to us, we think we're going to be spending $3-5 million US a year with you guys into the medium term. So in terms of our aspirational targets of 50 mil and then 100 mil US ACV, we continue to see the utility sector contributing strongly to hitting those milestones.
And Pacific Gas and Electric, so obviously an existing client, and they've expanded their spend with you, taking up more of Pointerra's utility suite. What's the opportunity here?
Well, I guess a business like PGE, which has gone through a lot of upheaval in the last few years, it's a massive organisation. They spend tens of millions of dollars per annum procuring aerial and mobile 3D and 2D imagery to understand the condition of their network. And obviously, there have been a number of well-publicised fire events that have impacted their ability to keep the lights on for customers. So, as with all utilities, when you're managing a critical infrastructure asset, the price for getting stuff wrong is significant, and so therefore that kind of can inhibit the adoption of a new way of doing something. And so what we're seeing with an organisation like PGE is that it's been a very long romance with them over best part of 2 years now. But what we're starting to see a growth in momentum of adoption of our platform across different business units at PGE, and again with the contract vehicle, we highlighted in the announcement, but it's really important. That sort of contract vehicle is something that will roll forward year on year and allow other business units to buy into effectively. So from a contracting and onboarding perspective, we think that'll help accelerate the growth and use of the platform by different business units across that sizable organisation.
And Gulf Power is a new client to you, but it is also the sister company to Florida Power and Light, which is an existing client, and both are owned by NextEra. So is there an opportunity here for you to expand into other NextEra companies?
Sure. So, Finola, back in September, we made an announcement about some contract wins with FPL and NextEra itself. and they're a very diversified energy utility in both generation, transmission, distribution, in solar and traditional forms of generation. So yeah, Gulf Power was a me too, in that they saw the business units inside their group, and particularly FPL adopting our platform, and the opportunity presented, and it's a small contract, but it's something that the Gulf Power in particular is an organisation that we see ourselves expanding into, probably getting towards the same level of use that FPL is having and will have on our platform.
And Ian, you've invested a lot in the last couple of years in people and product beyond the utilities sector. Can we expect to see similar growth in ACV in the AEC, transport, mining and oil and gas sectors? Sure.
So, Finola, if you think back to our stack, the Pointerra stack, the new sort of branding and a way of approaching the description of our product that we came out with a couple of months ago, we talk about Pointerra Core analytics and answers, and Pointerra Core has applicability across all those sectors that we're targeting in our business. But what we found over the last couple of years was we made a significant investment in people and product and R&D development in that utility space, knowing how big the prize was, and we're starting to see that pay off now with outcomes like we announced today. Our view is that the total addressable market of those other sectors that you just mentioned could well exceed that of the utility space. And so about a year and a half ago, we started increasing the investment in people, product, and R&D activities to build out the specific, the sector-specific solutions to sector-specific problems that fit in that analytics and answers stack. So yeah, that's a long-winded way of saying what we're doing at the moment is investing across those 6 key sectors to build bespoke products and solutions to very sector-specific problems. Again, built off the core Pointerra 3D platform, and we expect each of those sectors to contribute strongly to our aspirational goals of 50 and 100 million US ACV in the next couple of years.
Well, Ian, I'm looking forward to seeing further updates towards the end of January when you are going to report your ACV to the market. Thank you for your time today.
Pleasure. Great to speak to you, Finola. Thank you.